What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with the first round of the NCAA tournament here on College Hoops 2K8. And we are coming in on an excellent opportunity for Indiana State to be in the spotlight against one of the premier teams in college basketball. The Duke Blue Devils, coming from the ACC, they have a huge trio of talent, just an extremely deep team, and it's going to be a fun one here. We'll see if Scott Smalls, we'll see if this Indiana State team has what it takes to pull off one of the iconic upsets in college basketball, and it's not going to be easy. Here's the starting lineups for both teams. This is a younger Duke squad, going to have to really lean in on that experience because this team is surely significantly more talented. But what we do end up doing is winning the tip-off, so let's get things underway. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel, as we got a little bit of a double team. JoJo Thompson with the first shot, and it's no good, but there's Scott Smalls with the rebound and gets called for the defensive foul. Drabian, who is going to have to really be contained. He's going to be the centerpiece of this Duke attack here today. Guarded by Just Incredible. Finds Barasek on the outside, but it's no good. So even though we have a 2-0 lead, we have still not seen a field goal attempt made here. At least not yet anyways. Hopefully we'll be the first ones to make a field goal, or Drabian might have something to say. Taking Just Incredible to work and is able to get that bucket to go. So Duke will take the early lead as we're down 3-2. Drabian again going to work, and Just Incredible gets called for another foul. It's his first foul, and they actually called that a shooting foul. I thought that foul happened well before the shooting motion, but the refs disagreed. A little bit of controversy here in the first round of the NCAA tournament already, as now 5-2 is your score after the made free throws. Hope with a chance at a three-point bucket, no good. Drabian again gets the rebound and is fouled, this time by Dan Ramos. That's his first personal foul, so a potential to be in a little bit of foul trouble. Might need to respond by going small potentially, even though, because it seems like no matter who we throw at this center, we're not going to be able to guard anyway. So maybe we can get a faster starting lineup out here. But even then, they have the athleticism advantage too. Tramel's going to get the coast to coast. So already down 9-2. And that means we just got to go. We can't even wait for a TV timeout. We got to call a timeout of our own. So early timeout here for the Sycamores as we try to see if it's going to work to our advantage or not. As Billis is going to go back inside to the big man, going in, trying to pull up. We had the double team and still knocks it down anyways. He already has 8 points, and we just started this game. Scott Smalls on the other hand, playing tough though. Gonna have to really lean on Scott Smalls in his decision making today, trying to find an open man. Barasek is one of those open guys, and he sinks the free through. So it pulls us to within just a few points of this Duke squad. As Drabian looking to go to work once again, goes inside, finds Hope, able to get it over one of her backup centers, Javion Henry. So Duke now makes it a 2-possession game once again. As now 11 left in the first half. Got another 3-point attempt for Billis, and Billis is able to sink that one through as well. His first 3-point field goal of the night. And just like that, Duke is on a 5-0 run. Looking to make it 7-0 as Hope somehow gets that one to go down. I don't even know how, Sway. That is an insanely tough layup. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is just little tip of the cap. And, you just got to pay your respects when respect is due. And certainly we're taken to the classroom on that one. So down by 11 here in this first half as John Phillips is going to make sure it gets back down to a single-digit deficit here once again. Just trying to remain at least within arm's length of this Duke squad. Just can't avoid having those multiple big runs to where we're completely out of the game, and we're just fighting for our life not to get blown out, right? That's really what we're trying to avoid here at the bare minimum in this first half, but certainly not easy though, as Ken Henry gets an open jumper but just can't get that one to go. We're getting open looks, but the problem is that even though we're getting these open looks, we're not sinking the open looks, and that's really been the difference here in this first round. Just maybe a little bit of nerves playing against one of the premier programs in college basketball, as Henry will get the defensive rebounds, going to try to bring it up, trying to attack quickly, as Gentry guts it inside and is going to be fouled by the big man. That might be his second foul, and if that's the case, don't have to worry about him anymore in this first half. So a golden opportunity to get back into the game and to be just a little bit more aggressive out there in the post. We'll see if it works out for us, as Barlett's going to cut it inside to Chapman. Chapman to Ken Harris for the free. It's good. Ken Harris gets on the scoreboard, and there's that shot making from Ken Harris. It's what we've been missing for most of this first half. We'll see if we can get another one, but Barlett gets blocked, and now Duke's going the other way. 2-on-1. Misses the first one, but gets fouled there. Looks like by Ken Harris as well. So, 10-point deficit here for your Sycamores. As Hope is going to get bit on the play fake there. Norton with a little mid-range or danger himself. That's going to be good. So, Duke now just up to a dozen, as Indiana State's just looking to finish these last couple minutes strong. This could really define the rest of his game here. Got to at least win the next couple of minutes, as Javion Henry, he's got a big man trying to take advantage on the inside. And that's what we got to do when we have that rare mismatch. Got to take advantage. That layup was somehow missed, but yet we can't get the rebound still. So even though dude smoked a wide open layup, his teammate got the rebound and still got the points anyway. So, like, you know, what are we to do, right? Especially when we're shooting 26% from the field in that first half. Gotta be a lot better. Gotta be a little bit more forceful, getting to the free throw line. As Drabnin, while he was in this game, he was killing us there. 10 points, 4 rebounds. And it's no surprise why he was certainly named that player of the half. Even with a bigger defender like Justin Credible, he was having a hard time stopping this guy. Even when we sent double teams, it didn't even was fully effective either. So, been struggling through this first half for sure, but hey man, we just gotta find a way to come back and see if we can make some noise here in the second half, as Duke is going to start with the opening tip, as we won the tip off to start the first half. Got forced a big shot, and oh no, Scott Smalls, you can't do that. We had him hung on a contested jumper, and yet that means Duke is going to, oh my! Billis with the behind the back pass. Oh Lord, Trammell with the finish as well. And these guys are showboating a little bit now. Really taking us to the classroom now. Down by 14, and here comes the Sycamores. Drabian back in the game, looking to go. A little bit of a reversal, misses the initial shot, gets his own rebound though. And it's fouled by Justin Credible. Another foul for Justin Credible. And just completely lost right now on what to do with this guy. We send doubles, but his team is just too good. So just completely lost at what we need to do. And it's really turning into a situation where, hey, we might be ran out of the building here if we're not careful. But Scott Smalls is there with the steal and finds Joe Thompson for the layup. Is able to cut to a 13-point game before Duke turns it over yet again. I know Coach K, who is in this game actually, probably doesn't like those last couple of possessions. Gives us a little bit of breathing room. So, trying to run the pick and roll here with Scott Smalls. He goes inside himself and lays it in. Scott Smalls now has 6 points there. And he might need to take over this second half, as here's Scott Smalls going coast to coast, trying to lay it up, and he's fouled by the point guard, Billis. That's his first personal foul of the game. And Scott Smalls is able to actually make both of his free throws, And then we get a little bit of help defense to help us out there. Going inside to Chris Gentry. Back to Baraseka. No good. But there's Chris Gentry with the rebound. That is in. And just like that, Indiana State all of a sudden is back in this game. A lot of the neutral fans that were waiting for like their team to play, here in Denver, they're starting to pull for the underdog as well. You could feel the momentum shift in the building, and it's now just a 7-point game. As now Hudson goes inside, back to Austin. No good. Blocked initially, but can't get the rebound either though. So that does lead to more points for this Duke squad as we got a steal. Hang on now. Here comes Scott Smalls. Coast to coast and lays it in. 7-point game for the Indiana State Sycamores. And don't sleep on this team yet as we get another steal. Here comes Ken Harris inside the Scott Smalls. No good. But it's going to have a foul drawn upon him. And here comes the Sycamores. 13 minutes left. We got a game on our hands all of a sudden. Billis, we're going to try to go inside, but has no room to breathe. Hudson, he's going to get it back to Billis. Looking to be patient. Hope with a mid-ranger. Danger, no good. Javion Henry with the rebound. And here comes Scott Smalls inside. Good. Scott Smalls with the assist. And JoJo Thompson makes this a 4-point game. A game that could go down to the final buzzer as well. Trying to get it to Ken Harris. He goes coast to coast. Oh, he wanted a body, but is going to get a foul called instead. And now it's just a 2-point game. A chance to possibly tie or even take the lead. Let's see what we do here as Henry is double teamed. Finds Baraseka for the lead. Good! Baraseka gives Indiana State the lead and have a chance to take down the mighty Duke Blue Devils. Only up by 1 though, and plenty of basketball to play to get the lead back. That's good as well. Now it's turning into a classic boxing match. Indiana State and Duke both throwing haymakers at each other. Who's going to be the last team to stand in the ring when it's all said and done to advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament? We got Austin going inside to find Billis. Back inside the Dragon. He had an effective first half, and that's going to continue. He's got 15 in this game, but it's now a 1-point lead for the Sycamores. Scott Smalls looking to run the pick and roll. He's got a man open and just incredible. And he missed it. Oh, I thought he had it. But he did a pretty good job at the free throw line. At least made one of his 2 free throws. That's good for him. So 2-point lead for the Sycamores. But Drabian's going to get it inside and tie it up at 66 apiece. But we would respond with a quick 3-pointer of our own as Credible gets the defensive rebound. Baraseka's got a clean lane. Lays it up, and it's no good. Blocking foul, though, that allows us to get a couple more points. And now, all of a sudden, it's the Sycamores that are trying to pull away. Less than 4 minutes left, and Ken Harris with the steal. Going coast to coast. Inside the Thompson. Good! JoJo Thompson with 13. And Duke's got to take a timeout all of a sudden. So up by 7. Less than 2:30 to play. It's all simple from here. Don't be stupid. As Drabian is desperately trying to lead Duke back in it. Only down by 5. Drabian needs his bucket to go, but he doesn't. The bucket does not go in. And now Duke is going to have to call and get some intentional fouls going all of a sudden. As Duke is on its last breath. Trying to get it to Trammell. Trammell lays it up. No good. Just Incredible is fouled. And they're going to do it. They beat Duke 81-72. What an incredible comeback in the first half. Led by Scott Smalls, who was electric today. 17 points and 6 assists in this one. So when I said in the last episode that we needed the game of our lives, I really was not joking. And oh baby, did we have the second half of our lifetimes. We end up dropping 53 on Duke in the second half. and that wills us to victory in a win or go home type situation. You want to talk about a big free? We certainly had one in me. Scott Smalls led the way. He was our player of the game today, and even though he had 6 turnovers, he did just everything else extremely well. 17 points, 6 assists, 2 steals as well. JoJo Thompson also really stepped up in action as well. 13 points and 4 steals. Not to mention Baraselka with a double-double. He had 13 and 10 in this one. Justin Credible was also able to nearly get a double-double himself. He had 7 points and 9 rebounds in the performance. A couple of blocks to go with it as well. And we got just enough of a contribution from our bench in order to stay busy with it. So a great game for your Indiana State Sycamores, and it turns out that we are not done. At least not yet anyways. But we gotta enjoy ourselves in this moment because, oh baby, do we have another challenge on our hands. The road ahead of us for us is gonna be difficult, not to say the least. Listen, we are taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and they just finished putting up 100 plus on Appalachian State. Another mid-major event did actually get a at-large bid, and even if we make it through that Georgia Tech game, we gotta go through Georgetown as well. It's not going to be easy. The road to the Final Four has so many challenges waiting for us down the line, but I am so excited to keep it going here, man. Made it through the first round. Let's see what we can do here in the second round. Looking forward to seeing if we can shock the world once again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode because I certainly did. If you enjoyed this matchup against the Duke Blue Devils, I need you to do a couple of things for me. Smack that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you do have to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.